which does happen. So I can be intensely happy and giggly and silly, or really, really active and hypomanic. That's something different again. Bipolar 2 is something I also believe that I have. Again, not diagnosed, but I've had many hypomanic episodes, and a lot of the symptoms actually from childhood. Whereas with the BPD, I believe that developed in my mid to late teenage years. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, again, you know, the anger stuff, I think you guys have already got a grasp on that. It's one of the extreme emotions we can go through. So again, controlling emotions, raging, you know, blurting things out, and you can feel absolutely terrible and horrible about it later. But it's like you almost can't stop it from expressing itself, and often in a really ugly way. So yeah, something to be aware of. Having stress-related paranoid thoughts. Me, I get this, you know, I get it a lot. And I think for me, a lot of the times I need to come back to myself, come back to center, come back to self, and know what's really important to focus on. For me, the word self-centered is not actually, for me, the trueness of those words is actually a more beautiful thing than what you'll find in a dictionary. In a dictionary of thesaurus, you'll see it as kind of like an ego-based thing. For me, being self-centered, centered in yourself, means that you're coming from truth and honesty and a really stable, calm place. So a different definition to what other people will have it as. Okay. So if I'm in control of my stress, I'm feeling centered in myself. Okay. I'll express it that way so it doesn't get associated with that other negative connotation that you have in dictionaries, all right? Yeah, so, you know, if I'm not, I can get caught up in what other people would be thinking about me. I wouldn't probably most of the time not even know what they're thinking about me. And it can be really distracting and harmful and frightening, because then I'm starting to really withdraw and not listen to reason and logic, and that's hard. That's a hard space to come from. And, you know, the irony in all this is that inside my logical brain knows it's not true. You know, I am worthy enough. People like me. There's no reason for them not to like me. I've not done anything, but I get caught in what they call black and white thinking. Okay. So I'll go from I'm a good girl to I'm a bad girl. You know, it's a good person, a bad person. What are you? Who are you? I don't know. Who am I? Okay, that's another one that I'm going to bring up. These aren't all as I imagined that I'd be able to explain them. They don't seem, maybe they're not the criterion exactly, but just a collective of signs and symptoms of BPD. So the last one it's got listed here anyway is having severe dissociative symptoms such as feeling cut off from oneself, observing oneself from outside the body, or losing touch with reality. So that's what I already touched on, is the dissociation. I get that. I get it quite extremely. I don't get it often. I don't get it. It usually comes when I'm really mentally unwell. So, and again, I have to be careful of my stress levels, because if that starts to escalate and go out of control, then it will only be a amount of time before a really downward spiral and the dissociation happens as well. Okay. I really need a lot of sleep. If I can get good, serious amount of sleep and also balance with exercise, hugely important. It's really important for everyone, actually. So, you know, a lot of common sense stuff that is hard to get a concept of when you're not in a common sense mind and you're mentally unwell is the sort of things that you really need to apply to keeping good mental health and maintaining it. Yeah, okay. So some of the things it's saying, seemingly ordinary events may trigger symptoms. For example, people with BPD may feel angry and distressed over minor separations such as vacations, business trips, or sudden changes of plans from people to whom they feel close. Studies show that people with this disorder may see anger in an emotionally neutral face and have a stronger reaction to words with negative meanings than people who do not have the disorder. And I touched on that before as well. So for some reason, I'll just see someone's face and I'm like, they look angry. I'm sure they're angry with me. And there's no reason that the person would actually be angry with me. But my brain has decided that they are for some reason. And I'm scared. I'm kind of putting on a brave face, but I'm inside and I'm kind of panicked. Yeah? All right. Yeah. Okay. So now it's just saying that, you really need to have a qualified and licensed mental health professional conduct a thorough assessment to determine whether or not a diagnosis of BPD or other mental disorder is warranted, and to help guide treatment options when appropriate. Okay, so there's a lot of things you can do. You can talk to your GP and get a referral to see a psychologist. You can get a referral for a psychiatrist. And of course, depending on where you are, and whether you've got any kind of private health cover or what type of medical system you have where you are, it will really depend on how much that's going to cost you and how long you have to wait. I know that these things aren't that simple and straightforward, so really my heart goes out to you if you're feeling really alone and you're not sure where to go. But, if you can find a good GP, always the best place to start with, because if they've got a bit more background on you and you've built up a rapport with them, that's someone you can kind of trust, and take it from there. So that's always what I would recommend as a place to start if you're feeling like this is something that you connect with. So this is going on now to talk about risk factors, treatments and therapies. I'm actually feeling quite fatigued now, guys, so sorry. I wish I had the energy and time to do this a bit earlier, but I didn't. I just wanted to quickly touch on those things. Look, it's the wrong time of night for me to be making videos anyway. I'm going to see if I can get a good sleep tonight, and then maybe do a few other shorter videos more specifically on things. Sorry for anyone who's watching this and goes, look, you just haven't explained that properly. I'm always open to people adding what they know. I'm reading something that I've found online. And of course, web page to web page is going to be different information, but I've also been expressing how I relate to these things and also how I've experienced them. I'll go into my experiences a bit more at another time as well. So that's just a little bit about BPD, which is one of the things that I believe that I have and have not been diagnosed with yet. So that's all going to happen. I am looking at seeing a psychiatrist in 2017, possibly February or March. Unfortunately, when I rang their office yesterday, and they're not open. So they've left a voice recording saying to call back from the 3rd of January. So I've put it down in my calendar on my phone, so I get a warning to call them, a notification to call them. I wanted to share some of the food that I made. So at Christmas time, I made some gluten-free chocolate pecan brownies. Of course, chocolate, that's what brownies are, right? Anyway, I made a second batch, which I don't think are as good as the first batch that I made. And they're really, really fudgy. They're like super fudgy that you literally can't even pick these slices up because they're just so fudgy underneath. But I put white chocolate and dark chocolate in them, and you could always omit the white chocolate and not have any milk in there if you want it to be dairy free. There's also eggs in it, so it's clearly not a vegan recipe, but again, if you know of a good egg substitute, you could always do that. I've got this recipe from taste.com. Yeah, I think that's it. I just Googled gluten-free pecan chocolate brownie recipes, and this is what I've got. So you can probably see it. Sorry guys, such a long video. All right, so there it is, really fudgy, really gooey. And this is another thing I like doing. So I'm not binge eating right now, but I'm actually hungry, and I often think it's probably the Prozac that's made me. I've heard a lot of antidepressants and antipsychotics and other meds will make you really hungry, and you won't really always be able to lose the weight that you want or stop yourself from eating. So that's a thing that you have to consider if you are using antidepressants or any other meds for your mental health. Okay. But this is actually quite good, so I'm going to have a bite now. Sorry if it sounds horrible while I'm chewing and eating, but I really love it. So not binging, just enjoying a late dessert. Okay. Now, I'm a bit funny. I like switching between savouries and sweets. Not always, but it's just one of those nights, guys. I'm in this mood. So these are the Booja, like a crispy grain type of mix. It's made with ancient grains, so they've called it ancient grains. Gluten-free. Let's have a look. Ancient grain twists. Gluten-free. So made with chia and quinoa. Tasty. Nom nom nom, getting my belly. I do like. Yeah, so these are good, and they've got a bit of a chili hit to it. Bit of spice going on. So I'm quite happy with that. How's the day been, guys? Leave a comment. Ask me questions. I like people asking me questions. I might not have all the answers, but I'll answer as honestly as I can. Tell me about yourself, if you found anything I've touched on interesting, if there's something you want me to talk about more. I'll be making heaps of videos. I don't know how quickly. This is my problem. I didn't finish work until nearly 7 o'clock tonight. So by the time I got home, by the time I actually ate my dinner, by the time I sat with my partner and spent some time with him, checked in with some girlfriends, made the video, you know how it goes. Okay, so when I can, I'll get round to it. Still haven't done my jamberry nails. Look at this. So sad. No colour here. I'm really sad about it. No makeup video yet. If I wake up on time tomorrow and get motivated and do it, I'll make a video when I've got my makeup on. I don't go through all the, I'm not into the, I'll show you how I apply my makeup kind of video. I love watching other people's videos on that, but I'm kind of too nervous, so I'll kind of just like make my face up if I've got time and then appear all pretty and stuff before I go to work and maybe make another video. You may have seen one of my other videos where I was drinking tea. Tonight I'm drinking Rooibos. Rooibos. This one's an organic tea, and it's not actually tea. So Rooibos is like red bush in Afrikaans or something. Well, it's from South Africa anyway. So it's a plant, so it's a natural product, but it doesn't have the caffeine in it. So perfect to have at night as a cuppa. I love it with a bit of cream or milk. I don't take sugar in my tea. From the time I was pregnant with my son, I couldn't stand the taste of sugar in my tea. So that all stopped very quickly. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get on with eating my snacks and watching some YouTube and chilling out, doing some reading. And yeah, nice to make a video for you guys again. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe. I always like hearing from people and knowing people and meeting people. If you've got a channel, let me know about it. I'll check it out. And thumbs up. Have a beautiful rest. Lots of love and peace to everyone. And take care. Have a good New Year's. Okay. Bye.